Hello, I suppose. Always an interesting time getting this thing running. I am not very good at this. Yeah, audio working with the professional echo. I wish there was a way to test this beforehand. But a very interesting battle here between Babaryann and Fitz in the Division 2 of the Steel Division League here today. Currently, I believe we have Babaryann going 44th guards versus 16th Panzer on Fitz's side, not Fitz. Sorry about that. Very similar names, so very much an unknown for me, this player. As before long here, I thought this was Fitz, which is a German player I've faced quite a few times. But it is Fitz, yes. So, bands. Fitz banned 6 airborne, 126 Kornos Cherkovi, and 26th, likely 26th guards there. Babaryann banned 2nd Indian Head, Tesros 45, and 5th Gebirgsjäger. Fitz then banned 1st Polish, Toulon, and DFL, from the looks of it. Actually, Toulon, DFL, and 28th. Then Babaryann banned 97th, 17th SS, and 78th Sturm. Babaryann went Allies and 44th Guards, of course. And then Fitz went 26th Panzer. Maverick versus Balanced game match here. With Babaryann being the balanced player and Fitz here being the... wait, I got that wrong, didn't I? Yes, Babaryann being the Maverick player and Fitz being the balanced player. So... Interesting fight we've got here going on. For both players deploying quite strongly in the start here at the beginning, we've got a change of settings to do. Always on to the caster settings in Steel Division 2. We've got PTRS 41 starts, 2 Snipiri, 2 Ognamachiki, that's the Flamer units, and F-22. Interesting to see that at the beginning here. SU-152, 25mm. Also interesting to see AA at the very beginning. 26 Panzer, not known for its air there. 50mm coming in the Jeep instead of the bike. VZVOD looks like Commander. And an SG-43 machine gun. In the center here, we've got a T-34-85, 2 Tanko Thessaloniki, 2 Ognamachiki, and 2 PTRS squads. And then down south, we've got Ognamachiki, Avtos, SG-43, PTRS, and M42. One more SG-43 and M42 at the very south. And then starting with Fitz over here, or going back over to Fitz over here, dual triple Flammenwerfers, Panzerschreck, Panzergrenadier, Ersatztruppen, 3 Ersatztruppen, and Panzer 3L. 2 Flammenwerfers, another Stoßtrupp Beretta. The 26th Panzer is interesting as Stoßtrupp don't actually come in the Horch transport, which is the 90 kilometer per hour transport there. So they do have to come in Opel Blitzes, but the Beretta, very strong 150mm SMG, which means they get extra accuracy actually within the 100-meter range, making them very, very deadly. More Ersatztruppen and a Panzergrenadier Führer. Flammenwerfer, Ersatztruppen, MG42, and a Panzer IV F1. And then down in the very south, MG42, 4 more Ersatztruppen, and another Panzer IV F1. A very big fan of Ersatztruppen from the looks of things. Not usually a troop I like to take, as more Stoßtrupp come up in the north here. Panzerschreck as well. Doesn't look like anything's changed from Babar's side. But just a couple more troops coming down for both players here. 2 more Stoßtrupp being added. Obviously expecting a push here at the top very hard. And that's a good move to do when you are starting on the left side here. As this flag is very vulnerable to fast rushing transports. As the blue side here has to come all the way down and then up. As well as the German division generally being slower. The PTRS might be able to zoom as far up as... this position right here and snipe units as they're coming up the road. Maybe not quite with the Flammenwerfer there, but the Opel Blitz is definitely not fast enough to avoid that. So we'll have to see how that goes. But besides these Ersatztruppen, fairly standard passive deployment for both players in the south here. Looks like a T-34-85 up top as well. Babar is slightly changing his opening here. Ognomachiki, Snapiri, F-22 again. Still thinking that the early artillery call is a good move, but I suppose with the Visivod, if the Visivod gets close, that radio will definitely prove its use. But that's relying on the Visivod getting close. T-34-85 as well, and we are off to the races. More half-track coming in, with more Panzer 3Ls being the only change, I believe, here on Fitz's side. But other than that, T-34, Su-152, and we've gone through this a million times already. AA piece coming over here, actually, so interesting about that. PTRS actually stopping very early. Potentially a bit of a mistake. If he did have it up on this hill, he would be able to smoke off his own troops at the very least, even if the PTRS didn't get off any kills, but might actually not be going for the rush. Although saying that, the Gavardia DP is going straight in, and the Ognomachiki is actually going right in there as well. Snampiri, ooh, and the mortar half-track actually dropping smoke. It looks like Fitz here was planning on rushing the opponent. As down in the south, things are quite calm. Ognomachiki going down to the 3 Flammwaffes, but this smoke here very much being stopped by the early sniper and SG here, as well as the commander unloading. Looks like the Guardia's actually got to get the surrender on 3 separate flamer squads there as the Talman comes in and forcing these units to fall back. More Gavardia coming in to shore up that push there. Talman does drop its load. As that's open here, so it is a 14-10 right now. This flag, nothing going, nothing defensive here from Babar's side. But as this map develops, we'll have to see what's going on. Mortar half-track taking a counter battery in F-22, likely not going to be too useful there. The oh, that's probably 5,000 meter range here. Going to be very dispersed, but not a terrible idea right now. Gavardia DP does get into position, but there are the 3 Ls here now as the Flak 38 comes in to prevent any more Talman memes, really. As that's open securing this flag as well for the time being, but not going to be too much of an issue for much longer. Although against the Ognomachiki, they might actually do good. Tenko Tessaloniki going down to the Stoßtruppräder, flamethrower tanking for that Stoßtruppräder, the flamethrower actually having 5 health there, which is almost the same as one of those Stoßtrupp squads, as the Tenko actually gets out in the open here. M2A1 rushing forward, trying to get some surrenders on the Ersatztruppen. Might get shut down by this Panzer IV here, but not quite happening yet, as it just sits there in the open. Another Avto coming in. Interesting choice considering the Stoßtrupp, as the Tango goes down right away. Waste of a Molotov there, but hopefully that Molotov can reload by the time that other one doing. The F-22 a little bit stressed as we see the first off-map, 44th Guards being known for its very deadly off-map coming. And this can be quite deadly. There's a lot of troops here now. 3 Gavardia DP squads. Not so much anything that can deal with this armor, I would say, but he might not need it with this 152mm off-map, dropping it right, if he drops it right on there. Those tanks might be stressed enough to really become a problem for just close-range infantry chasing him down. Take out Tessaloniki and Avto searching for the next targets, but the dual flamers here did go down. TU2 actually failing to drop its bomb there, a Flak 38. Shouldn't be that influential in regards to that. Crew knock on the Panzer III. Gavardia DP is doing their job. Avto's actually getting range of the Ersatztruppen. for a short second there. Not running forward, so this is just an attack move, so they don't do any real damage, but the 250-9 comes in. Emergency off-map dropped here, trying to catch reinforcements coming in. Maybe a mistake, I would say, as the AFTO completely gets eviscerated on this side. Panzer 3L getting penetrated by the T-3485. Does immediately reverse, though. No problem there. Mortars providing good covering fire here as the Wiesbaden finally comes forward here. SG providing good covering fire over this open ground. RM opens up. Tanko Thessaloniki, the AFTO did go down here, likely to Stosso Beretta, but this is almost a toss-up. Looks like the Beretta did reload first versus that Tanko, and does go down, giving Fitz here the early advantage, keeping this flag in his position. CQC infantry, though, very low down here, so a couple more AFTOs will be able to clean that up, no problem. SU-152 down south as well. A couple of Ersatztruppen being the other real threat down here, minus that Panzer IV. But Gavardia DP did manage to push forward. That off-map coming down good. Not quite stressing down the tanks, but... and getting the bailout on the 250-9 there. T-3485. Got to be careful against the APCR of these Panzer IIIs here, with the 150 penetration on those as the Flak 20 forces away the Talman. Another thing to be careful of is these AFTOs unloading when the Stoßtrupp have range on them, as those 150mm Berettas, if they do get on target onto a transport, the transport will melt very quickly. Another emergency off-map coming down. Ooh, might catch these two Panzer Grenadiers, as one of the Panzer IIIs did go down here. Panzerschmidt goes down to the Gavardia. Multiple mortars now firing, counter-battering this RM38. But, and also focusing on these guards here, as the guards are kind of in a weaker position. The elevation bug, though, on the T-38. Got to move that forward manually. As I actually start engaging Zenart here, the little 25mm A piece. Very deadly piece, but does not have a lot of health. Dual AFTO squads. The AFTO squad did take out the remaining Stoßtrupp in there, but taking out multiple men of the AFTO squad, actually quite interesting. Mortars firing again, going for this machine gun, but the machine gun is moving forward, going to avoid that fire. Looks like the Grenadiers didn't go down to the emergency off-map. Lots of players, big fans of emergency off-map, but I don't generally find it useful beyond a artillery plane observer cheese in Phase A. As you can get your opponent deploying, like if an artillery plane had come in and off-map this position with an emergency off-map, he might have been able to catch quite a few transports coming in. But as the game is already well on the way, I don't find emergency off-maps that useful. You can see just the range of fire and how dispersed it is over here, as the T-3485 is forced to fall back there. AFTO's coming in, and two more Tanko Thessalonikis to reinforce that situation. Interesting choice here, because a lot of this is actually medium cover, and I'm not so sure the AFTOs will be quite useful, but certainly in this green cover over here, they can do some work. Artillery come down here as well. Looks like the F-22 has been trying to deal with them, but the F-22 actually going down to the mortar counter battery fire here, is he's just been keeping the pressure on this entire game. This one, they come in with an insane amount of ammo, quite honestly. The 45 shells, and this one's down to 2, so it's just been firing the entire game here. 11 to 13 still secured because of this flag. AFTO versus Stoßtrupp. I do believe the Stoßtrupp is going to win this again, just because of that Molotov cocktail. This was a Tanko Thessaloniki, that'd be another question, but as they're forced to move, they do take double damage here. Two Gavardia DPs likely will clean up the Ersatztruppen. And actually, reloading now. Interesting to see the AFTO not quite going down there, as we finally see the Tanko Thessalonikis arriving. The half-tracks generally will be able to deal with this infantry, but with 3 Panzer 3Ls in the behind there, definitely something to be worried about. 250-9 advancing to the south here. As the F1 finishes off the Snapieri. Another F-22 coming up for this hill to replace the one that he did lose. Tenkodas and Niki making their way up. Kind of finish off these Ersatztruppen. Molotov lands and they just get completely melted. Tenkodas and Niki in the open though versus Panzer Grenadiers. The Panzer Grenadiers are moving and forced to fall back eventually, but gotta be careful here. If this F-2 doesn't get into the green cover before the Stoßtrupp, they're gonna melt. Ooh, and just like that, they did manage to get it into their range, but Stoßtrupp barely taking any damage there. 12-12 finally achieved as we just about enter B phase here. A couple of units going down for Babaryann down south as he reinforces here with this 3s and another 25mm. Talman staying in the back, just getting some light recon here. T-34-85 takes out one of these as the final off-map barrage comes down here, unless Babaryann brought in another one. Two more Panzer 3s here, though, to deal with, and that T-34 has got its work cut out for it. Another one coming in, though. A two-star one instead of the one-star one that came in phase A. So this will be 3-star with the VZ-VOD sitting there. Gavardia DP is advancing forward as the Talman gets warded off by this Flak 38. Lack of recon down south really hindering Babaryann from being able to clean up some of these troops that SU can quite clearly. Well, even recon might not be able to see that. That's open there, but these units basically advancing for free and not getting shot at just because of how blind some of these Russian support units really are. Sis 3 gotta get the kill here unless it retreats quick enough. Does get the kill. Good shot there. F-22 firing at the 20mm. Okay, gonna get some good anti-AA capabilities in with that, as I do believe it has radio range. Another one coming in though, and they are taking shots at the PTRS here. Do got to be careful though. A Flak 38 is efficient as it will be if these Gavardia DP squads engage at the same time, because these do only have still the 750-meter range. If both of these squads engage at the same time with the 4 combined DPs, that will go down. I do believe they take extra suppression. Mortars though, getting on target to this Zis 3. I don't believe they have quite the radio range for that anymore. A bit hard to see in the replay viewer. Well, this isn't a replay, but a bit hard to see when you're casting it, I suppose. As there's, of course, the radio here providing that range as well on the replay. But just judging from where this Panzer Grenadier is, might have it just barely. Keeping them moving though, keeping them supplied. 2 minutes 40 seconds into phase B here. Lots of Panzer 3s going down here. That T-34-85 actually came to the center position instead of reinforcing the north. Babaryann seems to be content with just sitting on the edge of this town, apparently. Sturmpania and Panzergrenadier coming in for this Tanko de Niki, though. And from how things look right now, we might be actually in for a fairly long game. T-34-85 gets a good kill on the Panzer IV F1, enabling potentially a nice assault into the center position here, but currently not enough units for that, as we see more units actually reinforcing the north here. Focke-Wulf, good hit on that Zis 3. Zenarts, though, are on target. No veteran seen. One of them is very heavily suppressed, so I doubt this will go down. I believe these do have medium resiliency, so very hard to kill. As the SG, supported by the T-34-85, get the better of this MG-42. Tanko de Niki did go down to the Sturmpioneer. And actually, Sturmpioneer is getting chunked out by The VZ-VOD with its 9 rifles. Lots more anti-tank guns though. Another Snapiri and 2 Sapiri as well. T2 drops some kind of bomb here. As it's open is forced off, finally securing this flag back for Babaryann. For the first time this game, we see a 13-11 for Babar. This is very dangerous. Babar is actually the Maverick player here, so he needs to secure basically a 15-9 before this match is over to have a chance at winning it. There are pushes materializing as units from Fitz have been going down here, and there's quite a lot of units being pushed to the front line. But as it stands, with the inability to push forward here from Babar, this might get very dicey as multiple AT guns come in. However, as a very good player to me once said, the goal of a Maverick player is not actually a 15-9 by the start of Phase C, but rather 6 to 14, 10 minutes into Phase C. I believe that would be 14, 6 to 15, maybe. I can do math. I'm sure of it. And that's because with the triple tick, it sometimes is very worth it to not engage your opponent and just trade on even ground here. Perhaps potentially just sitting on the 1 tick here. It's T3485 goes down. Unfortunate. M42 not in position there to help out. It is, but as I was saying, it is sometimes just worth it to build up points and then push a bit later on, even though that would technically give you the downside for most of the map. Definitely a risky move, but if it can be pulled off, the enemy's front line can evaporate quite quickly. Another Focke-Wulf coming in. Probably won't be warded off by this 25mm. Those medium resiliency ones. Definitely being a danger, but the Babaryann falling back just in time there to avoid too much damage. These mortars and the Opel Blitz actually just about empty. Mortars just completely smacking this position the entire time. As that's open, finally gonna get forced back here as the T-35 finally opens up on some of these support units in the back here. Multiple Babaryann DP coming in to engage this Panzer idea. Dushka truck as well. Interesting call on there. Interesting card in general. The 12.7mm being about as effective as a 50 cal in the American division, so definitely overlooked, but this is an unarmored truck that can only fire within the 750 meter range. So unless you've got another unit firing at it, and a lot of the time the units do tend to prioritize trucks like this, not a great unit to call in. Ooh, Su-85 almost getting side shot there, as the Sapiri and Babaryann here get forced off from this very effective mortar fire. Tu-2 dropping a bomb, just the Flak 38 coming in, but the Sagittario actually takes out the Yak-1. Ooh, and might get on tail of the Tu-2 here, and it will go down. Multiple Sapiri and Avtos coming in here to the south, but there's a 3M there. That close to the forest, though, the Avto might be able to catch it. This flag going back to Fitz, though, and both Babaryann DP come down to the Panzer Grenadier. Not quite in the cover. Generally, Panzer Grenadier is very strong units when they're in cover with those two MG42s. T-34, though, it looks like this not actually firing, but it does go down there, so Babar is free to move units in as the 15-9 is reached for the first time this game. It is a bit superficial just because of this flag right here. Nothing quite capturing that, but this center position actually is looking very precarious. Just a couple minutes left here as we see another off map coming. And now, as long as this isn't done on emergency, this will prove very deadly. Su-152 blasting away. Babaryann DP does get the PTRD on target, but 250-9 actually missing most of its shot there. PTRD has a very low rate of fire. Another bounce into the side of that. Studebaker going down. Babaryann DP coming across. The lack of anti-tank weaponry here to deal with these Panzer IIIs, as the F-Machiki gets forced back by the excellent HE and the machine guns of these two tanks. Another Tu-2 coming in. Panther Ray as well. T-34-85 is trying to get shots on that. Gotta be careful of the Panzerschreck though. I would say the Panther is definitely favored at this distance. They do have the penetration for it, but not an APCR range, and one of them does go down. Yeah, just barely not an APCR range. This would be a much different battle if it was an APCR range. Pack 40, though, covering this road nicely. Multiple Panzer Grenadiers coming down. Still a 59, and another emergency off-map. Oh, I will have to ask Babaryann what he's thinking with these off-maps. He just wants them quick and easy and done dirty. He doesn't care for the efficiency of them, it looks like. Multiple units, though, flooding in the south. If some kind of push can be made onto this hill position here, which is looking very weak as well, as we do hit Phase C. Last bit of Phase B income coming in for that. Yeah, well, like I said, the emergency off-map here, not doing any damage. It's not killing anything. It's not even pinning things down, really. Well, it is pinning a couple of things down, which might potentially give this flag back to Babar, but there's nothing really to follow up a push here, especially not against this F1. Take out Saniki versus the Sturm Pioneer. Multiple Grenadiers at long range, though. Snapiri actually getting shot at here. T-34 did retreat, but the Pack 40 is coming up to snipe that off. Another T-34 here, dangerously close to this Pack 40, but has to move forward a bit. Might kill off this flak, which might just be enough for a couple of bombers to come in, clear out this position here, as the maybe the emergency off-map did finally kill something. Finally proving useful to Leibning's Panzer IV. Half-track's firing to go again. Sapiri managed to pin down the Beretta 16-8 now. As long as Babar can hold on for the 13 minutes here, this might prove very good. 37mm coming in as well. Just warding off those fuckwolves even more. But there's a Panzer IV down here. T-34-85, though, providing good covering support in these buildings. Panzer IV would have to move a lot further forward. Pack 40 doesn't quite have view range on those ZIS-3s. As more Gavardias flood in. This Pack 40 does end up killing this T-34-85, though, and is now firing HE at the Sapiri. So the Sapiri have to retreat from that. Multiple Gavardia, though. I still have these M4A1s. Or M2A1s. Oop, T-34-85 engaging the Panther. No, not something you want to see once again out of APCR range. Does pull back. So as long as this Panther doesn't get a penetration here, should be fine. And it doesn't. That's open though, forced to fall back. I'm surprised we don't see much of a push here, but we do have two Gavardia units coming in. Panzerschreck is there, and especially this 250-9, but it's actually going down to the PTRS. That's quite unfortunate there. PTRS in the building. Panzer IV getting shot at by PTRDs. Not quite going to get a kill there. Su-152 did move forward. Another flippin' emergency barrage. It's just not content with using a regular barrage. Man. Gavardia coming forward, though. These are not going to last very long. There's an MG43 up here, though, as well as a Yak-Panzer IV coming in. Su-152 coming down to the south to replace the one that was lost earlier. And there's quite a lot of units here. Got to be careful with some of these units. The 250-9, as long as it's unopposed, can be very good at chunking things down. Pack 43 kills off the ZIS-3, another good kill. The mortars keep firing. Supply truck number 2, I believe. Counter battery, haven't gotten the other one. Finally going to be shooting at this Vizivod, though. There's multiple Sturm Pioneers attempt to retake the hill. With this, a lot of this being medium cover, though, I'm doubting the efficiency of that. Multiple Superior coming in as well. Another Gavardia DP trying to secure this flank here. So another flag goes for Babar. The Gavardia DP actually missing the Azatstolpen as the TU2 ends up bombing things down here again. Focke-Wulf did unleash its bomb load, but is forced off again. 10 minutes left on the clock, and can Fitz turn this around in the 10 minutes of income he has left? Certainly a difficult thing to do, but Babar has given him every opportunity to do so. 45 mil now with no HE remaining. Not going to be able to take down that Pack 40 anytime soon. As we see another SU coming in. Very interesting. Wolframen actually coming in to dislodge the units down here. Ooh, and the Bavaria, very stressed out Bavaria, actually gets the kill on the 250-9. Ooh, gotta be careful there. Ooh, does get the kill with the 1 health Pack 40, 1 health AT guns. Really are the deadliest, as Babar's position is, once again, I would say, almost precarious, with these Jagdpanzer 4s and units down here being very close to retaking this hill. And a 15-10 or a 14-10 right now would be very much dangerous for Babar, because it would increase that to 19 minutes. And now, not a completely unknown, it is very rare to see a Maverick player beat out the balanced player with that kind of time left remaining. Gavardia does go down up top here, and another one going down over here. Stone Pioneer in here as well. Multiple Stone Pioneers trying to rush forward. The units are looking fairly weak. Wolframen firing though. 3 shells going down here. Actually, the T-34-85 went down to something as well. And gonna fire another 3 shells in the center. Another T-34-76 coming in though. Definitely a better choice versus things like Panzer IIIs. Not sure why we didn't see too many of them earlier, but as the half-track there goes down, these mortars still proving brutally effective, even with no radio range. Interesting. I suppose he's just got this on defensive fire and is plastering this hill, and with the amount of ammo they have, still very effective in that role. Talman could very easily drop something on this, but chooses not to. The Jagdpanzer comes across. There's no real AT down in the center here to ward this off. So besides the Gavardia DP just providing a fledgling amount of support there, going to be very difficult to prevent this Jagdpanzer from exerting influence back over this flag and potentially even this one. But what we're looking for now is the 12-12. As with the 12-12, the balanced player has basically won the match, even if the Maverick player doesn't concede. Ooh, interesting to see the SE-152 in this position, getting good firing positions down here. No AT on any of these units, though. Gonna have to get an HE satchel on that 250-1. 15-9 again, secured by this flag right here. Looks like the couple of units, or the Pack 40 did eventually go down to this SU-152. As the T-34 actually is rushing towards this flag over here. Another Wolframen in for the balanced player though, and that is dangerous. First 3 shots landing over here, good micro there, getting good shots on target. As the next 3 gonna be equally effective, I would wager, against these 2 Superior. Which might just help push Fitz back onto this hill, which would be exactly what he needs right now. Looks like 4 shells actually being aimed at this one now. If these Stone Pioneers come in and actually it might not even be needed, the efficiency of the Wolframen really being seen there. But this 250-1 could surrender this unit, or the Stone Pioneers if they're still in the transports. T-34-85 gets taken up by a Panzer IV, a bit of a range there for that kind of an engagement. Does have a chance to penetrate the Panzer IV, but the Panzer IV likely got the first shot off due to being able to the higher optics on that. Panther providing good overwatch here, 13 to 11. 15 minutes still remaining on the clock. Panzer 4. Ooh. The M42 here is stressed out and is firing APCR. So, not quite too dangerous. It does eventually go down to the Panzer 4. 12 to 12. Panzer Grenadier actually gets shots on this. This is S3. Gonna go down very quickly in that case. 13 to 11 again. But this hill has been cleaned out. And this flag here is also being held very weakly. There's not even a unit that could ward off the Sturmpanier and just walking straight forward, let alone an MG-34 Grenadier. Another Fokker Wolf coming in together with the RE-2000. RE-2000 just marching around though. As the mortars take another shot toward this group of units. Is forced to fall back here. Dual SU-152s. Not sure what's that about. Definitely need some more units there to back up the support units here to make that any kind of effective. But Panzer IV actually getting shots at the SU-152. And the work this machine has been doing this entire game does go down. The powerful German guns there doing their job. As we see now, another 13 to 11 for Fitz here. There's a comment in the chat about emergency off-maps being useless. I wouldn't say so. Emergency off-maps do have their place in the game, but they're for if you need quick responses, really, to certain things. They're not gonna really kill units. They're more for unloading and just suppressing things. And even then, the off-maps we saw here were not quite what was needed to really influence this battle. Tanko Comrade, though, almost out of sniper rifle ammo here as the Cavalier finally gets targets on the Panzer Grenadier. Is almost pinned down as it was moving. Actually, is out of cover now. Ooh, that Panzer Grenadier might actually get the better of the Cavalier and the Tanko Comrade. That's not good. That's not what you want to see. T2 does get the killing shot, looks like, on the Panzer IV, but with the balanced player here, still having 13 minutes left. That's I would wager something like over 1,000 points of income to turn this back into a 12-12 and let's start winning the game. Now he's got plenty of time on the clock left too to do that. If this was made at 40 or something, I could see Babar holding out, but as things are right now, and Guardian TP not going down, and the SU actually getting a target there. So it is a 59 again, which is very interesting, but not for long as the Panzer Grenadier is coming for this flag. Bunch of half tracks though, advancing forward. Babar does see it due to his Talman down there. Panzer IV advancing straight into an M42. That's dangerous, but in MG range, so does get the kill. But same can't be said of this Panzer IV, which gets taken by this M42. This flag going down though. This flag likely going to be captured in a second as well. Wolfram taking out the AA here. Or one of them at least, as the Talman comes in for a bombing run on the Wolfram and gets the kill. That's hilarious. Not quite going to change the outcome of this map, but Wolfram going down. Oh man, to a Talman. You'll love to see it. Sagittario coming down to finish that off as the AA here is quite depleted. And at this point, AA kills and things like that are kind of what you need. SU-152 moving forward in a vain attempt to secure this. But with the Alconze coming in, that's one very dangerous SU-152 there. Or dangerously close to dead, rather said. He's having the 800 kilogram bombs. One of my favorite bombers in the game, I would say. Ooh, might actually just get the pin down. Or nope, gets the kill directly. 2 health Gavardia as well on the south. This flag is looking very precarious once again, as the lack of AT really shows its head here. This flag also going down for the time being. The 2-1's just staying just far away from the AT grenades or the PTRD from the Gavardia DP to ward things off. Focal Wolf coming in for a bombing run on that SU 152. Does get warded off. The 25mm are very effective. But the SU not managing to kill this half-track. I mean, these are 5-point half-tracks of the recent buff here. Very good. Sagittarius actually going down. Test the almost out of ammo AA. Gets forced to fall back from these mortars again. 13 to 11 for Fitz. Should be relatively easy to stabilize again, but I'm not quite sure what Babaryann is holding out here. I will say he will need a miracle to come back into this game. 34 minutes into the game, and Maverick equaling out versus balanced at minute 26. So after every minute after 26, the balanced player gets roughly, I would say, double the income of the Maverick player. It is 14 to 10 again. CQC Panther, what a hero. Making his way downtown. Gotta be careful of some of these Gavardias, but there's not really any with AT grenades left. Just PTRDs, and the PTRD cannot penetrate a Panther from the side. Another Wolf Almond coming in, though. Panzer IV securing this flag up here again. Multiple Gavardia haven't killed the half-track finally. Grenadiers coming forward. Should equalize this. 225mm. Oop, doesn't get the bombs off. Might actually go down here. These are deadly, deadly little guns. And actually, we see a little bit of a push materializing up north. I'm very surprised that Babaryann still seems to be in this game. Another Panzer Grenadiers. The Panzer IV comes in. I'm not sure if Babaryann has anything to actually counter this in any way, shape, or form. As this Snapiri gets absolutely eviscerated. Panther coming in very close with smoke covering fire. Interesting, but it slowly seems like Babaryann's front line is just evaporating. Something does go down here, because the arm is now providing smoke cover on the Panzer Grenadier. Funnily enough, still a 12-12. There's only 20 minutes left that Fitz has to, well, equalize this essentially. Or, well, to take Babaryann down all the way. So Fitz does need a 15-9 here, actually, which is surprising to say, considering I was not expecting this game to quite go that long. But we do see the 14-10 now. It's a bit superficial. PTRS does get on target here. We do see T-34 coming in to counter this Panzer IV. Come on, PTRS, you can kill it. Oh, come on. Gets pinned down. And it's just a 251 surrounded, but unfortunate. Multiple tanks coming here. Aufklärer Panther, or Aufklärer Panzer IV. And many, many more MG34 units in the half-track here coming down. Getting warded off again by 37mm. Tanko Kamradi coming down for that AA. Gavardia DP. Does get a couple penetrations on here. But, yeah. Babaryann has to hold out for 12 minutes to avoid completely collapsing. This will be the comeback of the century if he gets this. I swear to God, this South is so close to just evaporating. A couple of T-34s coming in, though. Hopefully they can deal with some of these half-tracks. And the 152 actually likely going to get on target here as well. This half-track rushing forward now. MG34 also rushing forward. Has, oh man, this flag is actually very close to going back to the hands of Babaryann here. This one as well, now with the T-34 sitting here. You'd have to bring in some kind of longer AT or something to take that out from over here. Panzer IV potentially on the job, but he's babysitting this flag as the Wolfram came in from the north. Is now going to come in from here and attempt to take out a single Babaryann. Might get a lucky rocket, but doesn't actually get any hits there. Alcone gonna absolutely delete this Babaryann DP. Babar needs to hold on to the 1410 for as long as possible now. 40 minutes. He's got 10 more minutes. Superior with the SVT, not actually that terrible in this close range, and actually get the TNT off as one dead Panzer Grenadier. Might push this flag back. T-34 getting shots on target. That's the AA now actually goes down for Babar. This 25mm being out of ammo for a long time. And the Alcone coming in for the T-34 as well. Unfortunate. There's another one though. So might be able to keep this going. This flag does go back in Babar's hands. Kavardia DP, actually a mistake to fall that back, I think. Panzer IV pushing forward here. There's another Panzer IV here. It's looking very, very tough here. Alconze did kill the T-34 there. Ooh, Superior versus Panzer Grenadier. Another Panzer IV. There's just so many units coming in for Fitz here. We do see the 59, but it's not. Ooh, but I think it's enough. I think it's enough. Babar has to get this flag back under control here. Ooh, but the T-34 goes down to the Panzer IV. Ooh, and this one's gonna go down as well, missing and getting shut down. Oh no. Oh, what a heartbreak here. This flag as well going back into the hands of Fitz. Can something be done though? This flag, all the Panzer IV has to do is move onto this flag, and then any shenanigans in the north are completely shut down. T-34 face-hugging a Panzer Grenadier. That's very interesting. Kavardia DP coming in, trying to secure this flag as fast as it can. PTRD versus Panzer IV. That'd be hilarious if it got the kill. Doesn't look like it though. Does go down here, bringing it back to the 1410, which is what Babar needs to stay on for absolutely as long as possible. T-34. Ooh. Oh, let's go down to this Panzer IV. Now that seems to be the lick of it here. The T-34s are getting one shot off or one penetration on the Panzer IV, but the Panzer IV in that time really gets two. Kavardia rushing forward though. Can it get the kill? 1311. Panzer IV is slow to react. Another Panzer IV firing. Ooh, gets the AT grenade off. Oh, and it misses. It misses. Alconze and Focke-Wulf also coming in for that Kavardia. Or the Alconze looks like it's coming in for the Superi. And yeah, these tanks are just pushing forward. There's another T-34 coming in. It's probably got only 5 minutes really to put it back on 1510. We've seen the TU2 come in for this flag here. The T-34 haven't gone down there. Definitely over pushed a little bit. Overconfident, should just stuck back and secured. I'm surprised we didn't see more TU2s. Really. Kavardia though with 2 PPSHs versus the single MP40 here should win out against this Panzer Grenadier. But these flags here are not looking very secure. Because once again, a single Panzer IV provides just shoot an absolute domination of this hill over here. Multiple half tracks as well. Definitely a problem for the Superiors to deal with. There's a PTRS here, but they're going to have to wait for that T-34 to even try to stabilize down south. And with the Focke-Wulf now here as well. Oh, certainly a very close game. Multiple tanks though onto that Gavardi DP. Just get the shot on there. Half track push towards this. It's a 16-8 now. Come on, T-34. You can do it. T-34 down here as well. Has to somehow finish off that Panzer IV. A lot of these Panzer IV are damaged, but now without AA. The bombers reign supreme. These 800 kilogram bombers are just absolutely brutal. They barely have to hit. They suppressed everything. These do still have ammo left. So interesting to see them barely doing anything. This Elkan, they also forced back likely whatever was here. Now we see a 3-minute defeat for Babar. He tried so hard, but not quite enough. Just not quite enough. In 3 minutes, I'm at the triple tick now. Multiple half tracks here really coming in clutch, as half tracks when an opponent's collapsing really are just the best tool. Fuck, was strafing the own unit there. But as the half tracks come in, like, how are you supposed to stabilize against this, right? You just fast move towards your spawns, basically cut off the entire front. Total defeat, right? Disappointing. Didn't quite manage to recover from the looks of things as these bombers just come in more and more. These AA pieces haven't done a lot of work. Not enough though. Ooh, 3-21. Not often you see a total defeat here. Panzer IV did go down, but there's 2 Panzer Grenadiers here, and that flag's gone. That flag's gone. This flag's gone. The entire south evaporated. Unfortunate for Babar. It is now impossible for him to win, I would say. Or maybe it was 3 minutes ago. But I guess he's spirited enough to play to the last second here, as the game is over in 30 seconds. What an interesting match, though. Tons of good moments, though. The Wolframen going down to the little biplane. Oh, man. That was fun. Our men are about to collapse. Well, you don't say. 2-22. I think this is a quadruple tick. Yeah. Agony, agony, agony. And Babar, I believe, is a player that isn't a fan of such agony. He's really not a fan of long battles. He tends to prefer Maverick. But yeah, look at that. 4,150 kills to 4,735. Fitz coming out on top with the balanced deployment type. SU-152 doing a lot of work for Babar over here. But these T-34s, they didn't quite pay off in A phase. Like 1 Panzer IV, 1 MG. I guess that's trade even, but just about. Same year to 30, 45 points for a 100-point tank. And the artillery batteries, normally, whenever I see a 44th game, these get like 5-6 kills easy. And they very easily could have. But instead, he's using these damnable emergency off maps which don't do anything, and then he's not following them up. And he's not following them up because he can't follow them up because the emergency off maps didn't even pin down the tanks. So, yeah. Very aggravating kind of playstyle there. But the AT guns doing good work. Looking over at the opponent here, at Fitz's kills. Panzer IV F1 doing good. Those mortar half tracks getting a lot of counter battery kills. I am very surprised at that. I don't quite see the other one. And yeah, the Panzer IIILs they're just cheap enough that if they kill one thing, they're usually good. Like killing a T-3485 here was great. The Superior Gavardia pays itself off. Right, just generally more efficient trades for Fitz here. TU2. What? The invincible TU2 going down to a flak 38. That's funny. I think no. I'm looking wrong. The PTRS went down to the flak 38. No, the Sagittario getting the kill on that TU2. Really good job there. I don't think we saw any fighters from Babar, which is kind of interesting. Pack 40 doing good. Air Pencil full thumbing. Well, hard to say that it paid off after tying that Talman. And this one too, but did do good suppressive fire while it was on the field. And at the end here, the bombers just coming in clutch to suppress and bomb everything. Ooh, this Panzer IV doing well for itself. Yeah. What a game. Let me go ask if there's a game 2 tonight from Babar. As somebody invites me to play. Yeah, okay. Well, that's it, lads. Game tomorrow. As this one went quite late. We did have a whole hour-long stream here. Yeah, Babar, it's quite hot. Very big heat wave here, as we have had our most successful stream. So, thank you everyone for coming. And I'll see you next time. Same bad channel, same bad place. No, I never schedule my streams, so you'll have to catch me on the Steel Division League Discord if you are catching me at all.